Hi everybody, I'm Lydia. Today let's talk about the case against sugar, the part 6, the last session. This is right by the talks, Gary talks in 2060. The case against sugar 6. Sugar has a connection to a range of common Western diseases, including cancer. Not yet convinced of the dangers of sugar to your health? Well, let's look at a community of people living on the island Tokelau, which is right off the coast of New Zealand. This population had the highest rate of diabetes in 2040. 38% of its residents had the disease. This problem has only increased in the last few decades for this island. It began back in the 1960s when New Zealand established a program that allowed them to immigrate to the mainland. From this program, we can trace the change in their diet and overall health. With access to the mainland, consumption of sugar was up to 50 pounds per year for the islanders. Before this, the average diet consists of coconut, pork, fish, chicken, and fruit. More than half of all calories coming from healthy fat. Then, sugar was only 2% of the diet, or about 8 pounds a year. Then, only 12% of population was diabetes. Now, 1 out of every 5 women who has immigrated to the mainland become diabetic. Additionally, obesity become a problem, as well as onslaught of different Western diseases, one the islanders never had to deal with before. This story is convincing proof to show the deadly effect of sugar. Additionally, sugar has shown as having a substantial link to cancer. This study was done on patients who had metabolic system with an insulin resistance. The results of research conclude that patients with increased level of insulin in their blood had a greater risk of developing cancer. This data is also supported by a study done in 2005, when Scottish research examined diabetic patients taking the drug metformin in order to reduce insulin resistance. And insulin level studying these patients revealed that they are a significant lower risk of developing cancer than those who didn't take a drug to lower insulin level. With the overall evidence, it is clear to see that we should keep our sugar intake to an absolute minimum. Final summary. The final message of this book: there's overwhelming evidence that sugar is the main cause of many Western diseases. This is due to how sugar causes insulin resistance, which studies have concluded has precursor to deadly disease. Doctors have been warning against sugar consumption for years. However, the sugar industry is powerful and tried for decades to silence the release of sugar. Actionable advice: begin to live your life without sugar. Many consume sugar daily, can't imagine cutting it. This is true of any people suffering an addiction. This can't imagine a life without their risk. Eventually, though, once you cut back on the thing you are craving, you come to realizing how much you didn't need it at all. This goes for sugar. It begins realizing just how easy it is live without it. This is the book summary. And in my opinion, because person refined sugar is too small, so we are easy to craving for sugar. So I have told many times, if you want to eat sugar, eat the real sugar, the sugar corn, which from corn, and I will spend some time to talking about the sugar. In Chinese, we take it as a medicine. So, and if you have time, please continue to listen and watch my YouTube, and you will know more about sugar and in the Chinese medicine. So thank you. Bye bye.